Hi there, welcome to this Open SDG tutorial on how to create a production site. This tutorial will cover how to create production data and site repositories for your Open SDG platform, as well as how these can be connected to your existing staging data and site repositories. The reason why we want to create a production environment for your SDG platform is that it enables us to release a stable version of the site to the public, which is updated less frequently. Therefore, we can make changes and experiment with the staging site without impacting the environment the general public is using. This tutorial will demonstrate how you can use GitHub Pages to host your production environment. As with the staging site, which you've already created, a production site has separate repositories for data and the site. This video will show you how these are created. Before you begin this tutorial, make sure you've completed all the necessary steps required to create staging site and data repositories. The steps needed for this can be found in the video on how to create an Open SDG platform or in the Open SDG documentation. Links to both of these resources can be found in the video description. You also need to ensure you've set up secrets to allow automatic deployment of your staging data to the production environment. This tutorial does not require any technical expertise. Firstly, if you haven't already, you'll need to create a second organization to use for the production environments. You can do this by following the web URL on screen or in the description. Here, select the free plan and provide some information on your organization. For this example, I will call my organization Production Site Demo. However, pick something relevant for your organization, city, or country. Enter your contact email and who the organization belongs to. You may also need to do a captcha at the bottom of the page. Here, you can also add other users to your organization. However, for this example, I'll be skipping this step. Once you've created this organization, you'll need to create two repositories, one for the production data and one for the production site. For the data repository, you can name it anything you like. I will call it SDG Production Data. Make sure when you create this repository, you set the owner to your new production organization and also tick the box for Add a README file. Navigate back to your organization page, and now we need to repeat this action for the production site. However, in this instance, the repository must follow the name of your organization. So, since I named the organization Production Site Demo, my repository must be called productionsitedemo.github.io. The reason for this is that the productionsitedemo.github.io will become the URL of the live production site. Make sure when you create this repository, you set the owner to your new production organization and tick the box for README. If you now navigate back to your organization, you can see there are two repositories, one for site and one for data. From now on, we will be referring to the staging repositories for data and site you created when you made the first Open SDG platform, so navigate to these. You won't be manually adding content to your production repositories. These will be automated, and the content will come from your staging repositories when you're ready to push it to the public. The first change you need to make is to the data repository to set up deployments to the production data repository. Navigate to this GitHub Workflows folder and then select the deploy to production.yaml file and make the changes suggested in the file. For this example, we just need to change the production organization title and repository name of the data repository. Scroll down. In this instance, we're changing line 49 for repository name. Click on the pencil to edit the file. Here I will be changing my production organization to Production Site Demo and repository name to SDG Production Data. Once you have finished making changes, click on Start Commit and commit these changes directly to the development branch. You can monitor its progress in the Actions tab at the top. This will likely take a few minutes to complete. Once this has completed, you'll see a green tick by Deploy to Production.yaml in the Actions tab. Now we are ready to perform a production deployment of data. For this, you will need a master branch within your data repository. In the drop-down menu of your branches, type Master and click Create Branch Master from Develop. This will then deploy your data from the development branch to this master branch automatically so that they're the same. You'll then have to wait a few minutes for the master branch to build. If I go into pull requests and click new pull request and compare the master branch to the development branch, you can see they are the same. This means that the deployment between the branches has been successful. Since this won't happen automatically after the first time you've completed it, for subsequent production releases you'd need to go to pull request, click new pull request, set the base as master, then give this pull request a title, something like production release, and once the tests have completed you could merge these pull requests. The next stage is to set up a production deployment for the site repository. Within your staging site repository, find this folder titled GitHub Workflows and then click on Deploy to Production.yaml. Within here we need to make the changes to the repository name. This can be found down here on line 45. We need to change this to the format of our organization. For me here that is production site demo / the name of your production site repository. For me, this second part is production-site-demo.github.io. Click on Start Commit and commit these changes directly to the development branch. Wait a few minutes for this to complete. You can monitor its progress in the Actions tab. We now need to tell the site repository where to find the production data. To do this, we go into the data folder and click on site-config-prod.yaml. In this file, we need to edit the line of remote data prefix. Here, the first part is the name of our production site repository, production-site-demo.github.io, / the name of our production data repository, SDG production data. Once you've made these edits, scroll down and commit these changes directly to the develop branch. Now wait a few minutes for these to complete. You can monitor its progress in the Actions tab. Once that is completed, we need to replicate what we did in the data repository for the site repository. Create a master branch from the development branch by clicking on the branch, typing master, and then create branch master from develop. This will then take a few minutes to build and can be monitored in the Actions tab. Likewise, as with the data repository, if we need to manually complete a production deployment, then we create a pull request, setting the base as master. We would then name this pull request something like production release and let it run for a few minutes. The final step is to go into your production organization, into your production site repository, and then go to settings and finally into pages. Ensure the source is the master branch. If it isn't, then change it to master and click save. You can see the link where your site is published above. This is now your finished production environment. It may require a refresh to update properly. Today, you have seen how we create a production environment by developing repositories for data and site on GitHub. By creating pull requests between your develop and master branches, you can now push functionality and data to your production site. This stable version of the site can be shared and used publicly. This is the end of the tutorial. You should now be able to create your own production site for your Open SDG platform. To learn more, check out our other videos, see our Twitter at Open SDG, or visit our website at open-sdg.org.